Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. Yesterday, I went live on my TikTok page for close to 2 hours. And our topic was about Sifuna and his 2022 plans. And there was a general consensus that Edwin Sifuna might actually be on the ballot for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya in 2027. So the only question which most people were trying to ask, and I doubt if we arrived at the answer, was who benefits if Sifuna were to run for the presidency.
Nataka niseme I can feel the love, I can feel the support. Labda nyinyi mniangushe. Mimi siwezi kuangusha. Wanasema ati pesa itamwagwa. Wanasema pesa itamwagwa father. Sisi wale ambao tumezimama kwenye ule mlima na tumeona Canaan ndio ile pale. Hakuna pesa ambayo inaweza kuletwa kugeuza safari ya Canaan. Singapore hatuendi sisi. Sisi tunaenda Canaan. Mnanielewa? Mnanielewa? Mimi sitawaangusha, nyinyi msiniangushe.
Of course, there were those who believes that Sifuna can easily defeat Ruto. But there were also those who strongly believe that if Sifuna were to run, his candidature is going to be a blessing to William Samoei Arap Ruto. And yesterday, one man, James Orengo, stated categorically that Edwin Sifuna is ripe and is ready for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya in 2027. I want us to talk about that statement by James Orengo. Why Orengo is actually supporting Edwin Sifuna's bid for the presidency. Because Edwin Sifuna himself has already declared that if he can get the support of the Luo nation, he will easily be on the ballot. And we also know that even in ODM party, there were those who believed that Edwin Sifuna was Raila Odinga's wild card for 2027. In fact, I did a comprehensive analysis about that sometimes back. And I also remember Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o stating very clearly that Edwin Sifuna is actually made for the future.
Let the people support him. The guy is built for the future. I'm you. The guy is built for the future. You know what I mean? Ukiangalia huko mbele, utaona Sifuna. Utaona nani? Sifuna. If you don't know what I'm saying, go home.
Sifuna is a national leader and he's going for the president.
Sifuna has no muscles. He has not declared to marshal the people.
We are going to ask him to go for the president.
Sifuna has no muscles to marshal the people of Western Kenya alone. Leave alone Kenya as a country. Okay. People of Sifuna comes from Kandui constituency. Yeah. Where I come from in Bungoma County. When Sifuna came to Nairobi, he had lost a nomination on ODM party. Okay. So he ran to the city to seek refuge. So I want to assure you, if Sifuna came today in Halaba ward where he comes from and seek for an MCA seat, he will not be voted in.
Mission in 2027 is not to make Sifuna senator. The mission in 2027 is to rescue our country. Whatever it takes, Trevor, if it takes Sifuna losing the Senate of Nairobi to kick William Ruto out and make him a one-term president, so be it. That is a higher calling than me being senator. You know? So I am telling you, Ekuru, you have what we call the illusions of grandeur. Nobody wakes up thinking about Ekuru or Third Way Alliance. We let you run alone in a repeat election. You came up with 18,000 votes. That's a third of the votes that I got in Kileleshwa ward. That's how.
But before we get into all those details, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think James Orengo has endorsed Edwin Sifuna's bid for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya? Because personally, I would have expected James Orengo to be the one to run for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya under ODM party under that particular way. Why do you think he's endorsing Sifuna? Number one, I think Orengo is endorsing Sifuna because of his fallout with Raila Odinga's loyalist. The truth is, Orengo is the current governor for Siaya as we speak. And Orengo is also one of the senior political leaders from Luo-Nyanza. Over the weekend, I watched in shock when Orengo was being heckled in a funeral, not in any other place, but in his own county of Siaya. Why? Because Raila Odinga's loyalists, the Oburu camp, have made the ground too hostile for the people to accept James Orengo. But Orengo believes that he can actually revenge, that he can actually teach these guys some political lessons. And he believes that by supporting Sifuna, he will be able to run away with the ODM support base who don't believe on William Ruto's re-election. So I think his support is purely his reaction to fight back the loyalists.
Oburu was born in a political family, of the grandest of one colorful politician. That was his father. Most of his father's life, he was in the political background. He never really was in the forefront. He never tasted tear gas. He has never been inside a police station. His father was arrested many times, detention in a police station. So it was not by accident that Raila was a true heir. But he's a good man. He's an honest man. But I think he cannot be able to lead the party in the right direction if he is going to be manipulated by characters within the party whose major objective.
Do you think you can do a better job? NDC is coming up soon. Will you consider vying?
I can't say that because I think now we want a united party.
Today, I was reading in the papers, my friend, my senior in politics, someone I respect a lot, called James Orengo. Orengo is telling us that the people who are supporting Ruto are people who joined politics 10 years and 15 years ago. I want to remind Orengo that the team he is tangering with out there, none of them has been in politics for more than 10 years. He is the only mzee among confused lot of some youth who don't know where they are going and where they are coming from. You cannot tell us that Oburu cannot be party leader and you are not offering solution. Mr. James Orengo, Oburu left for you the position of Senator Siaya. Oburu did not contest against you as Governor Siaya. Please respect Oburu also. When he's given the position of party leader, stop jealousy, support Oburu so that our community remains united, our party remains united.
Kama hamna Sifuna, kama hamna Ososi, hakuna chama cha ODM halisi. Chama cha ODM halisi inataka viongozi kama Ososi na Sifuna. Tumeanza kuwa na brokers wengi sana katika chama cha ODM, na hiyo lazima tukomeshe. Kuna wengine wanasema ya kwamba ODM iende kwa Ruto bila conditions, ati tuende hivi tu, na tayari wanasema ya kwamba hapa Western Province, kwa sababu chama cha ODM iko na wabunge karibu 20 hapa Western, na wanasema katika hii Western ambapo kijana wa Malo alizaliwa, mahali Masinde Mulilo alizaliwa, mahali ambao Shikuku alizaliwa na wengine, ya kwamba hapa in Luhya land hakuna mtu anaweza kuwa president of the Republic of Kenya.
That's number one. Number two, we all know that, of course, this is the truth. After William Ruto became the president of the Republic of Kenya, the first governor from Luo-Nyanza to host Ruto was none other than James Orengo. And Orengo has repeatedly said that. But Orengo is currently one of the people who have been trying so hard to fight the broad-based government. And as a result, William Ruto, who is known to be vengeful, has been making attempts to frustrate him. In December, William Ruto invited Siaya MCS to a meeting in Eldoret. Everybody was there, the entire Siaya leadership. The only person who was missing was none other than James Orengo. So Orengo has been living in fear that there might be attempts to impeach him. Remember, if those impeachment processes are successful, then Orengo cannot even stand or run or contest as an MCA, as a councillor, as anything in the Republic of Kenya. That will be the end of James Orengo. So I think Orengo is in a situation where now he's very angry and is very bitter with William Ruto for that impeachment attempt. I'm told the plans are still there to impeach him. The only fear, the only biggest fear they have is the Senate, because they cannot successfully impeach Orengo through the Senate, because most senators actually respect James Orengo. That's number two. Number three, there is the momentum. And this is the momentum for Sifuna. Sifuna has emerged. And just like pregnancy, you can try to hide it, but nobody will succeed in hiding the emergence of Edwin Sifuna. This is his moment. In fact, for Sifuna to survive politically, he must take this chance and run with it. And the only way to run with the chance is to run for the presidency. Orengo, being a veteran, understands that this is the moment for Edwin Sifuna. The wave favors him. So if you were to say that, Mimi Orengo, I'll be running, those who believe in Sifuna would not take it lightly. The other camp would also take it and use it against this team. So I think that's why he was like, Sifuna is ready and we are willing to support him. And number four, James Orengo is the senior most political player from the other side. Since James Orengo joined Raila Odinga in ODM party, he has always been on the table, negotiating. But during the handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta, James Orengo was locked out of that table. During this broad-based government, James Orengo was locked out of that table. If you are Orengo, what would you have done? That ODM as a political party are discussing matters affecting the party and affecting the nation. But Senior Counsel James Orengo is not part and parcel of that discussion. If you are Orengo, what would you do? The truth is, Orengo is very angry and very bitter, and is making all this as part of a strategy to find himself in the negotiating table. Let me ask you, tomorrow, if you wake up that Edwin Sifuna and the group are negotiating with Kalonzo Musyoka or with Fred Matiang'i and Rigathi Gachagua, tell me, do you think James Orengo will not be on that table? First of all, this camp would easily front Orengo. He's a lawyer, he's the senior most, to be on the table. In fact, they can make Orengo the principal on their behalf. And that's exactly what Orengo is hoping for and is praying for. And lastly, I'm looking at the move to support Sifuna as part of James Orengo's succession politics in Nyanza. He wants to emerge as the next successor to Raila Odinga. Let's face the reality. The reality is, Oburu, let us face the reality. The reality is, the other camp have identified Oburu. ODM is divided into two, which means for Orengo, he has also to just remain relevant by pursuing that other path. So that if you go for an election in 2027, and the Sifuna camp emerge victorious, Orengo is going to automatically become the Luo kingpin. That's my take. I don't know what you think, but let me know in the comment section whether you think James Orengo's support or endorsement of Edwin Sifuna is actually going to help Edwin Sifuna become the next president of the Republic of Kenya. Bye-bye.